Welcome back to Workers and Resources. Oh yeah, Sheparin Maxim Borisovich is still up here. The person we want to monitor. To see if, when they turn 21, they move into the Hall of Residence. Or maybe they are going to finish their education before that. But that's the person we are monitoring right now. To see if our university works for people inside Kolata. Anyway, welcome back to Workers and Resources. We are going to, well, repay some of our loan and then start working on Hellas, which is our town down here. Right now we're only building houses, everything but houses and facilities, so we're building the infrastructure. And that will make the housing construction much faster when we get to it, I think. Because we can basically build whatever we want at that point. We only have one larger construction office here. I think we need another one. Maybe not in this area explicitly, but oh, we kind of need another construction office because I need some open hull trucks and covered hull trucks more than what we have in here. I think. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. The delivery route is relatively short. Storage is over here. And the more construction offices I add, the faster our money might disappear. So I guess it's fine. In related news, we are making a good amount of money in rubles. Last month we made enough to pay back our loan for the month. And on the US currency side, the money is actually looking much better. So we are working on repaying the US loan. Still got 210,000 US dollars to go, and then we can use the extra money to pay back the ruble loan and then start developing our town. I guess we can start building the other roads. Might as well. And we're also still building down here. The fire station is kind of important. We definitely have to have that one. People will have to walk here as soon as it gets on, gets set up. Still have to connect the footpaths, but that is also not a problem. And yeah, I think all of these footpaths need to be at least asphalt roads, but I think that's already set up. Except the footpaths that are used to designate the flattening of the area down here. I think everything else looks fine. 19 years of age, 1.57 education. Let's see if it works out. As soon as Hellas is up, we will get our heating plant running with as many workers as necessary, and then hook up a heat exchanger here that we already have. We do, however, need a second one, and we also need the heat pumping station up here to distribute the heating. So I guess we can plan that out a little bit. Well, then again, I also need to plan out the heating pipe from the heating plant itself to our first heat pumping station. Yep. And then we'll have a heat pumping station in this area, which should give us enough distance to the heating plant. I want to try to get off the look of the grid a little bit. So we'll prepare 2 heating pipes, which will start up our area. Yeah, let's create a short circuit in our heating plant. That's gonna be fine. Let's heat the heating plant with its own heat. But no. I don't like these connection points one bit, especially when they stick out of the ground. So I have to just drop down one level. That should make them invisible, I think. Same thing over here. We'll be fine, I think. Actually, there's going to be a few more heat exchangers on the left side, but in the end we probably need more than one heating plant here. So only 3 connections are going to be used at most from the heating plant anyway, and we're using 2 of them right now. Get a little bit closer and then turn in underneath the road here. Needs to be a little bit more. I guess we can just put a straight line across here and then shorten it to what we think we need. But sometimes it doesn't like starting underneath the road and you can't actually draw from there, but it works for us, so seems to be okay. I guess that's okay. connection, well, looks pretty wonky, but that should work. Okay, that will be the heating pipe for our town here and also for Krasna. So this is going to be the first heating pipe going into the heat exchanger of this settlement. There will be some depth to these pipes, but I would like them to not clip through the ground or cause any issues. Oh, this is going to be a little bit weird. Okay, so we have to go to about here. Right, then we already used the flattened elevation. We don't go through this, I guess. And the heating pipe is slightly sticking out of this. Have to end, I think, about here. Do not have. Well, it should be fine. I guess it's fine. I'm not planning on building anything right up against the edge anyway. There's also a little bit of heating pipe showing here for some reason. Let's put that below the ground. Let's actually fix it. I don't want to run into any issues if I do have to flatten a little bit. So we are going to go here and one underground. Then we can follow the grid. And this will have to go closer. Up to here. Right, now it's showing. No, that's a street lamp. Never mind. Everything seems to be fine now. So that's our first heating pipe, and then the second one will have to go all the way up here into another heat pumping station, which I don't know that we can reach. Also, it's complaining about. Well, it's complaining about me having selected the wrong heating pipe. Too long. So we only get to here. Oh god, that would need more heat pumping stations. I guess since I'm not using the direct route, it's not really as short as I thought it would be. Maybe I just have to build another heating plant further away. Maybe I just have to relocate this heating plant and use it decentralized, and then we'll make sure this has only heating for Hellas. I guess then I could start working on relocating the heating plant right now. Make sure that Krasna doesn't have any pollution issues. I guess we'll do that. The heating plant will go into our logging area, I guess. Further away from the city. Settlement. Whatever you would like to call it. And then from here, we have one large heating pipe going somewhere at the start of town and then distributing to the small heat exchangers, which we still have to build one of. And I thought this one would be a good spot. It had a very small place where you could plop it down. At least last I checked. I thought that would work. Does it not? Well, I guess if we're only building a small heating plant, then actually a small heating plant would put us at capacity quite quickly, because this one says we already have 177% connected. So we only have room for like 23 more cubic meters of heating water. Maybe this one deserves a large heating plant too. Also, I should probably put it at fast speed. Sorry about that. I don't know. I guess we'll leave it be. Right now it's working fine. We can make a change later. I guess we could also pump it through multiple heat pumping stations over here, which would be a little bit crazy, but I guess that's what we're doing anyway. Shepurin, age 20, still at 1.57 education, so very likely that we will see if they go to the Hall of Residence or not. Which is exactly what we want to know. And if they don't, because they already started getting education, so they should know about the university. If they don't go to the Hall of Residence, we definitely have to build another university in Kolata. No one may move in here. Thank you. I did move that name, so it reset the setting of it. Up to 1,775 population. Still growing. At 2,500 I get an extra research point. So once we have Hellas up and running, we should definitely get 2 research points, one for Hellas itself and one for the amount of people living there. Also, Hellas Old Town, and if people live inside Hellas University, does not count as its own settlement in my rules, because yes, they are own naming markers, but they're so close together they're basically supposed to function as one unit. So it doesn't make sense to say, okay, that's a different settlement. This is Hellas, basically, so there's no difference in settlement for this. Okay, let's just let them build the roads and everything. Maybe the footpaths, tunnels. Can almost pay back, well, we could pay back another 100,000. So one more repayment of loan on the US side, and then we have all the money to pay back our ruble loans, and then we're loan free again. I'm sure we'll have to take out another loan at some point. But with everything being set up the way it is right now, this is looking pretty good. That was a lot of money. 24,600 for an export of iron ore. Jesus Christ, the iron ore price is going up. Which also means the steel price is going up. Getting very close to 1,000. Loyalty, loyalty. I don't know what the one person inside Colata is doing. The one that was like running around at like 7% happiness. Still living here, still fine, but like just really annoyed in regards to things. Everyone else seems to be about right. So, not sure what happened to them. But yeah, seems to be somewhat stable. Good amount of price for boards, more than US dollars than in rubles, even with the inflation slowly starting to pick up pace. Maybe we'll get a large heating plant. It's close to the border. I guess we could build it here too. That would put it really close to the border. Should be far away enough for not causing pollution. I think we'll just build more heat pumping stations along the way. Just have one over here and then one on top of the hill, I guess. We only need one heating pipe to go there. It'll be a little bit of loss of heating, I guess. Probably have it here and then on top of the hill. Yeah. Korazna does not need that much heating. So a little bit of loss is fine, I guess. Plus we can compensate by having more than one heating plant over there. As a reminder for myself, I guess I will just build an aggregate unloading station for trains in this area. And I think it'll be a slightly larger one. Well, I basically wanted 2 lanes just to have the option of having 2 trains in the area. This is too much, I think. 93 tons, 60, 93. This would basically be fine. But to get to this side we would need a bridge to build on that side of the river. So that's something for the future. I do not know if 2 trucks will be able to handle the coal import for the heating plant. I think we will have to make the train connection happen fairly soon. Yeah, that money is coming in really well. Thankfully we're not building anything that requires too much steel right now, except for the street lamps. So we don't have to spend too much money on construction materials. Plus we have a lot of them in storage. Need more workers here, but I guess some of them are being used for construction tasks. And yeah, the bus route is working nicely. Not carrying too many workers right now. That seems to be okay. That's a lot of free spaces. I guess we're gonna get some more migrants, maybe? I guess. Get another 100 migrants. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. That should be fine. Okay. We'll let our vehicles continue building the roads. Maybe the price for steel will recover a little bit, but then again we're making good money from exporting iron ore. We have one more loan to repay at 110,000 US dollars. Then we can focus all of our efforts on the ruble side. And after we repaid that one, we can start building. I guess we could start building as soon as we have repaid our US dollar side, because on the ruble side we're also making enough money. So let's just get to 110,000 US dollars. Because right now we're getting a lot of money from the iron ore. $10,000 was what we were getting before, not too long ago, and now we're getting 3 times the amount. Not complaining. I will complain when I have to import steel, I guess. Sharp price increase. Power line here is, I think that's green or blue, which doesn't give us a lot of electricity. I think it's green. So very low power capacity in the area. But that's the way it was set up. Green to our mine, blue towards this area because of the loading station. And the heat pumping station does require some power. 400 kilowatts. Which is fine. Barely, but it should be fine. We have 0.5 megawatts, so 500 kilowatts. So it should work until the mine gets more workers, and then it's going to fall apart. But then we can probably place some dedicated electricity up here at that point. long. I need to have a more direct route here, so I can't be too fussy about the corner. So this would work. I just want to make sure the heating pipe does not stick too close to the ground, because I would like to leave the options open for flattening this, and if there's a heating pipe going through it, that is not as likely. Up here doesn't matter too much. Still going to change that up a little bit, I think. And then from this heat pumping station we would go down into all the individual heat exchangers. Which I guess we could build one on this road. Doesn't have to be here, if the game won't let me. But I thought last time I tried it, this was a viable spot. Maybe I just have to move one of the footpaths to make this accessible. Could move this one slightly to the side, I guess. It's only the repair station that would be interrupted if I were to make a change here. But yeah, we have to get the heating plant up and running before we can even consider heating in this area. You are 21, education level 1.7, and you are still living over there, so it does not work. So we do need a university in this area. Might be too far. Unfortunate, but not the worst. I was expecting it, I guess, to be honest. Otherwise we would have seen a flood of people moving in to our hall of residence, and that was definitely not the case. So we'll build a university in the area. Party HQ, very inefficient, but a small building. And that will provide enough education for sustaining this area. No hall of residence. I don't want to have any other towns potentially moving into here. Just local education. And we set it to an amount that should be appropriate for the area, so we don't run into any issues. And once that has been built, we can deactivate our personal car route, I guess. I also am considering setting up a scrapyard here. A small one at least, so we have something to deal with vehicles. Our vehicles are at 16 years of age for the oldest ones right now, which shouldn't cause them to be scrapped anytime soon. But I would like to get rid of some older vehicles, I think. But I guess my scrapyard is going to be a little bit more complicated, because of the routes that I will have to designate. And maybe the external storages. I guess it will just be a scrapyard with a road cargo station that should deal with all of the materials inside. There's not going to be any trains being scrapped in this. That will probably happen later. I guess let's check. Wear and tear, 49. So 16.57 can be repaired back up to 8% wear and tear. So still not anywhere close to being a candidate for scrapping. Once they can only be repaired up to 40% is like a point where I would probably assume that they will reach 80% wear and tear before they can be repaired again. Our logging truck's getting stuck here again, and I need to replant trees. Okay, I think we can repay our loan. So the US loan is completely gone. The ruble loan is still 400,000, but we're making a profit there, and eventually we can use the US currency to just export something from the the NATO customs house to the Soviet one. Because the loan that we took out will melt away on its own as inflation ticks up. Roads are coming along nicely. Taking a while to build with all the materials, especially since they have street lamps. But yes, I think this is gonna look nice when it has been built. We'll have to turn the dirt and the grass ground path into a paved one. But we can only see how it will look like once it's done. And I guess we could start building some of the buildings, but we haven't reached everything yet. But because we're going to start building things, it will allow us to make use of our construction vehicles a little bit more efficiently. Because they could already do things now. So, regarding the pedestrian crossings, we have a bridge here. I guess we will have a crossing here, probably. Then maybe one in this end. I will alternate these to not create pedestrian crossings. I was considering having one here and then one here. Like that was the other choice and not this one. Maybe this is what I should do. So we'll alternate these have exits, and we have to alternate these to not create one. And we'll have a crossing here. And alternate these. If it lets me. It does not. Then I guess we will have to have a crossing here. And we'll remove this one. And alternate these instead. And we'll put another crossing here. Which it won't let me. Because of the bridge. I guess that's fine. That shouldn't be too many pedestrian crossings. That looks okay, I think. This one would be... I guess we're going to put it central then. I guess we'll put it more to... Put our pedestrian crossings more towards the center. Here, here, and this one. Yeah, that looks nice, nicely spaced, I think. 2 building lengths apart from each other for most of it. Seems okay. And we will build, I guess, these 2 buildings. Don't move people in here. Yes, that's correct. But we will set up the houses. Or at least the path to the buildings. We still need the heating plant, which is quite far away. So having the houses right now is maybe a little bit early. Once we are on the path to build towards this area, like once we are starting to build this road, that's probably when we can consider building the houses. And for heating we only need 1 heating pipe right now. The one leading into the heat exchanger locally. Don't need the one that goes to Korasna. And that should be it. We'll need a fire station here still. Don't think I placed one down yet. No, I didn't. It could be one with heating. It's next to the heating plant, but we don't need that much fire station capacity in the area, so we'll just place a small one. Okay. Is it because they are logging next to the road, and when they stand next to the road it counts as them having a traffic jam even though there's no other vehicle next to it? That might be the reason, like if they have something that is right next to the asphalt road and they're logging it, loading it, it happens so slowly that technically they count as a traffic jam because they're standing still while on the road, I guess. Oh well. I hope this area is set up correctly. I don't actually know. Maintenance-wise, our construction officers from over here should at least be able to reach this one, but we will have to have more construction officers down here to make sure that the heating plant area can also receive maintenance. Plus it will speed up construction. Or we could put them on in here, in the middle of town, in our service area. Maybe another paver roller could be useful. I did also want to build another construction office, and then I completely stopped looking for a place to get one situated. Maybe we can just have that one here. Maybe not right next to the footpaths, but just have a construction office bordering the road area. Yeah, I think this will be very useful, especially since we can just use a dirt road for now, and get it built really quickly and then help with things in the area. And then later on we'll just upgrade the road at some point. Just build this nice and quick. Get some more pavers and rollers, probably 2, and then some open hull trucks to help with the delivery of materials once we need the building constructions. Like this equipment should probably all be moved over. It might even be outside of range right now. Yeah, it's out of range for any construction down in this area, so the new construction office will make sense. Because right now we're not using any of our pavers and rollers in that area, it looks like, which is not good. I guess we can build all of these footpaths, since we have the residential buildings paused. It is fine. Oh, right. This one, I can't get a footpath here. I guess the crossing will have to be here. And this won't be one. This will be here and here. Right. Couldn't build one next to the bridge, so it is what it is. Then we have a tunnel here. I mean, if they walk onto the road, I don't know where they would walk to anyway. It's just for the looks. I think it'll look nice. Get a footpath tunnel over here and hook that up into these tunnels, so they can walk onto the road into this tunnel and out these ends, I guess. Most likely from this side. Yeah, I think that's gonna be probably okay. We'll make it face the road. Let's see if any tunnels make sense. I think that could be used for some things, I don't know. They could get from the road to this area through a tunnel. So we'll just place some tunnels. Plus it will make it more interesting if we ever decide to build a subway here. Oh, I guess this area for the old town might be a good candidate for trams. We could replace the roads with a tram network, have that loop around here. Would have to build a completely new tram stop, but I guess this bus platform is placed in a way where that could probably be easily changed. There are no tram like platforms. Just a large tram stop. But then again, a tram will allow us to have a continuous route of vehicles always going here, which a bus stop does too, but I don't know. A tram always feels more efficient picking up people. Trolley bus stop takes a lot of steel. Smaller tram stop takes a lot more steel too. And less electronics. That is probably a bug. I'm gonna write that down. That doesn't feel right. Okay, construction office, gravel and asphalt. Small dump trucks heading here right now. I'm gonna put it at high priority. They should finish that. It will be really useful for any other construction. We can relocate our dump trucks and our road paving vehicles into that. I guess the dump trucks should probably stay here, closer to this area. But the road paving vehicles definitely shouldn't. You're gonna move over here. We're going to clear up, finally, our first construction office area. Only 16 years, almost 17 years after the start, are we done with our first construction offices. Power line, really? Okay. Yeah, population needs to regrow here. But that does put us close to the point where we can reach over 2,000 citizens with 2 towns. Price of iron ore went down a little bit, no 24,000 anymore, but still very high. I'm not complaining. As I said, I will complain when we have to use steel. One delivery of asphalt, 2 deliveries of gravel, and we'll be done. It will be very good when we have the road infrastructure in place already. That will speed up construction quite a bit. And we have the option of having more than one construction office in the area, which I guess these ones will do construction and maintenance. I don't think I need extra maintenance construction offices, as long as I make sure I have 2 of them in the area, so they can maintain each other. Or I could build them in range of our existing maintenance offices, but they're too far away. Just slightly, but yeah. I'd rather be self-sufficient, make each area self-sufficient in regards to maintenance than relying on nearby towns. It's only 1 extra construction office. Could have also used tunnels going down here instead of using the bridge setup, but I think the bridges and stairs are going to look more appropriate to transfer from an old town to something more modern, at least when it comes to a slope. But yeah, the other option would have been just pedestrian tunnel, probably directly from here. Yeah, could have just used that instead. I guess that also looks kind of cool. Decisions. Would be slightly too long. The stairs will do fine. Loyalty, yeah. As long as it's not happiness, it's fine. Bit more gravel, asphalt heading here right now. We also need a technical office in the area, which is also going to go into our service district, I guess. If I remove this one, we could probably fit the technical office here. I would like to use this for some other buildings that require workers rather than plastering all of the service build infrastructure over there. I guess the technical office could also be down here in this area. For now, it might be a good idea to get some snowplows in the area, though. Things are slowing down a little bit too much. No mud roads, gravel roads barely. Make sure the other roads are cleared. 3 snowplows at 2 kilometers, I would guess. I guess we can leave it at 3 kilometers and we just say no snowplows through the tunnel. That does mean they currently have no access to a gas station though, so we have to give them a way to refuel. And a free gas station will do that just nicely for now, until we have electricity. Although the free gas station is going to be a problem again because of our route setup that we have to use because we don't have distribution offices. I guess we don't need a permanent route for fuel right now. We're just gonna set a delivery once whenever there's demand for it. I guess we're gonna buy a US based vehicle. This one is cheaper, slightly less carrying capacity, better engine like efficiency. But I think we should, I guess it's 5,000. Sure, let's stick with the cheaper one. No, that's not. This one has the color red. We have to use that one. It's the only way. Alright, and you're going to load fuel. Bring it to the gas station. Don't wait until unloaded. And then don't go here. That one's already full. Go here at the end, I guess. That should get some fuel to the gas station. And hopefully get our snow plows refueled. Looks like they are already refueled anyway. Even though they weren't allowed to go through the tunnel. Happiness. 13 people, 43 happiness. One person at 20. 18, 5%. Yeah, some people over here are not happy at all. Free time, food and praying. Getting food. Then praying something. Not gonna find anything in regards to that, so if you don't like to use an alternative, then I guess you're not gonna pray. But 5% happiness is ridiculously low. Time is up. Are you gonna walk somewhere else? No, you're just gonna go home. Alright then. One satisfied demand and up to 10%. Sure. Probably a former prisoner, just have to get settled in. But even prisoners should be happy in our case. It's just a loyalty that's an issue. Okay. I will not change the footpaths in the area over here. I'll just... I really want to though. It's such a perfect spot for it. Alright, let's get rid of the footpath here. And this one and this one. Get the heat exchanger placed. Hook them. Well, we will have to make the heat exchanger switch sometime during summer, and we still need the heating plant for it. Yeah, that should be enough fuel. Last us for the time being. This could also be the area for the gas station, I guess. The proper gas station. I still need electricity, water and sewage placed as well. Last construction phase, just a few more deliveries, and we will have our construction office in the area set up. We are out of rubles. Refresh our loan. $4 million versus 4.8 million. Good capacity for money. Population going down right now. Yeah. But that should not be because of my footpath, is it? It is not, no. Well, the heating plant has a bit of a weird footpath anyway. Weird footpath situation. now, since we built the fire station over there. I guess we could relocate it and then make sure we have a footpath access. The fire station over here instead. Come on, more heating. Iron ore price going down. Okay, so now the steel price will go down. So I guess we could use that to our advantage, question mark. I mean, I don't have a storage for it where I can make use of these trading shenanigans. Alright. Small heat exchanger. Yeah, that fits here easily. Okay, get the footpaths back in place. And some buildings can go back to the repair station after. And yeah, relocating the fire station to give us more workers in the heating plant more reliably is probably the right choice too. Construction office is done. We'll relocate our vehicles over here. And we'll replace our trucks carrying the vehicles with different ones. Some that are a little bit more efficient. Hello Berliners. What time is it now? I don't know. What time could it be? Oh, who could have guessed? Not me. Welcome to the stream. We're starting to take on construction of Hellas. Getting the road infrastructure in place mostly. Getting to the heating plant most of the way, and then we'll set up our basics. I still have to set up the electricity. Yeah, this high voltage switch is not placed very well. I guess it'll be fine. We'll just place another one up here. Unhappiness problem of the town, did I report it? Yeah. I did report it. No feedback yet. But it's not that urgent. Our population is still growing. And some people have an issue, but that's fine. Guess we're just gonna use an underground wire here. Getting to this area. Okay. That means we will have a high voltage switch up here. And we can bring the electricity over to another switch, from which we will distribute it into multiple transformers. No, it's fine. I just didn't want to have any bumps in the elevation, and this works okay. Don't mind the curve, just wanted to get through the buildings. Doesn't have to be a straight line. So this one counts as having a traffic jam for some reason. Very strange. Should probably also save that and report it. If it happens again and I can click it, I will do that. Thinking about hitting the cable down the floor too. Yeah. Should be right now. We're making decent amount of money, already back up 100,000 US dollars. But we are spending quite a bit of rubles on vehicles. So you are not going to be a construction vehicle anymore. So this construction office is obsolete, and these dump trucks will go over here. Meaning that you are not a construction office anymore either. And that clears up our starting area. Gonna do some aluminium export and take care of the money issues, the loan basically. Manual handcraft achievement in factory? Yes, we did it. 2 people. It was nice. Was a bit slow at the start, but
then it caused you to automate everything. And I guess the most difficult thing to remember was to not accidentally click something to handcraft. We did that one, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I don't know if I can get the heating pipe to reach everything. I assume I can. Just testing the distance. Really? That footpath is not playing ball. So yeah, distance-wise it'll be fine. We have enough range. And what's up with the footpath? Oh, now you're not complaining anymore. Oh, sorry, it was... Who crafted 3 items? Yeah. We were only 2 people when we did that, so it wasn't a problem. But I think I might have accidentally handcrafted some things, I don't remember. Did manage to get it though, and I guess with more people it's easier. It was a fun achievement. Paying so much attention to find the people who handcraft items and then accidentally crafting some yourself? Yes, why not? Okay, we need to change this heating pipe a little bit. Actually, we just don't need to build it right now until I have designed the area the way I want it to be. No ban. I hope we get some better bulldozers soon. Speeding up this whole process will be nice. And I think we'll put the switch and the transformers in this area on the service road from this side. Then we can distribute the electricity into town from this location. We'll have to have our fire station up. I guess if the transformer now does burn down, it's not going to be too much to replace it. Ah, okay. 2-hour queue. That's a bit much. I would seek help. Alright, let's start repaying our rubles. We'll work on that now. With our truck. Where is it? Oh, it hasn't even exported yet. Okay, I thought it already had. Or did it do another run? Also, where is it? Oh right, has to pick up the stuff from the western border, bring it to the east. Industrial Revolution. Okay, I think we tried that one. Started with the Bronze Age. Let's make sure it ends in the road depot. Good amount of money. Not enough to pay back another section of the loan quite yet, but still good money. And yeah, it's not going to the depot because... oh, it's set to unload here. That is not correct, so remove that. I'm gonna save that as a bug. Because when you assign the road depot, it should not be set to unload anything here. That's why it's not stopping. It already did 2 runs. It is a bug. There is no loading or unloading at the depot. Or at least it's a behavior that shouldn't be. This is correct. So if I remove this again and add it, now it's right. Now it's fine. Okay. Get some cheap road cranes in the road construction office. I haven't even named my construction offices yet. This is mostly machinery. It does have 2 dump trucks in it, but it's mostly tower cranes and excavators. Yeah, I don't know why. But if I was able to reproduce it right now, and it still happens when I load the save game, then I can send it in and they can take a look at it, why it happened, and hopefully fix it. Because the route was running infinitely, even though I added the depot at the last stop. But because it was saying unload, it ignored it and just went on with its route. Yeah, the snowplows are doing good work here. We do need dump trucks, I think. Don't think the western vehicle is available. The new one, only this one. I think for road construction we're gonna get the fastest vehicles we can get. So these ones. Oh, damn it. I clicked the traffic jam away again. Have to be a bit careful. Try and catch that. Should be a requirement to always receive a nothing. Yeah, it should be by default. For that stop. Happiness low. I don't know if the town is gonna be sustainable. Maybe there's a bug, maybe it will run out of people. I don't think so, but I don't know. I mean, Colata has a few issues apparently, and I don't know why. Seems to be mostly stable, but some houses are kind of weird. %3 happiness. But he's still not moving out. Oh well. I'm just gonna ignore citizen messages, I guess. Some of them seem to be... maybe some of them are like nobility and they want to move in higher quality estates. Guess we could have the gas station in this area. But as I said, I would like to have some buildings that are used for working instead. Maybe a town hall. We started the construction of the heating pipe. Which is fine. That's going to take a bunch of steel. And yeah, we will have to be careful with our money. Hopefully not having to take out a loan, but getting construction progressed as much as possible before we have to take out a loan to finish it up maybe. And then the extra workers can go into the iron mine, if we have too many. All excavators are already busy. No excavators here. We are going to get some more. They are expensive. We do have a road excavator now, which wouldn't need transportation, but I think we're gonna have enough open hull vehicles in this to make sure that the vehicles get transported. But then, yeah, at some point we're gonna replace some of these with road cranes instead. For now, 2 more excavators. If the truck picks up these, then we should get the warning message again, but I have no idea when it will drive to them. That repair truck looks like it might need some repairs of its own. I wonder if you need 2 trucks so it repairs itself. I'm gonna get a second one. Plus there are some vehicles in here that are waiting on repairs. And we have not finished our footpath again, so let's hurry that one up. Definitely want to get the repairs completed. There was one. Alright, that's safe. Alright, got that saved. That's gonna be another report. So the traffic jam is a fake traffic jam. $16,000, okay. Still decent money for the iron. Definitely not complaining. Yes, please bring the gravel and finish this. We need our footpath back, so that the repair station can continue working. The fire station has also not been constructed yet. Waiting on that one too. Two dump trucks. And a few workers, and we'll have our footpath back. And then people can walk back to the repair station. I assume my fire station has access to a waste storage somewhere. But I don't know, it might be out of range of any waste storage here. At which point we could just build a small one. We'll see when it has been constructed. I guess I could check the footpaths. Where is the next waste storage anyway? They're over there. Definitely this one I guess would be the closest one, but that's too far away. I guess. Oh well. So a small waste storage externally for the fire station. Container wagon. Yes, I need to use containers. I need to test some things. Like if I have a container unloading station and I have set it to only store these amounts of resources at maximum, does it then only unload the containers that actually have the material that I need? I guess we could spend a research to get towards containers. So I do need to use my research on logistics optimization, but then go to only container standards to test that. I have not tested that offline yet. I think containers is something we will need. We do have a second settlement, so we currently have another research point. We're also 500 people away from a third one. Let's get logistics optimization, which doesn't unlock anything, and then container standards. We will have to use containers. Maybe they work nicely. At the very least, I think it should maybe allow us to use trains a little bit more effectively for export. Especially in areas where we have too many workers anyway. Man, I'm super tired today. So the service road will come down here and go down this way. Not hook up into the roundabout, I don't think. There will be a road coming off the roundabout and probably just tunneling through this area, I would guess. I think there should be a requirement, yeah. Oh yeah, I already read that. Right, I thought it was back to factorial. Alright, let's get that here. I guess we could have this twist around to this side. So we don't have to lower this all the way to the bottom level. Yeah, that is the correct setting. Thought I might have had the wrong one, but no, it's the height from center. Alright, so here. Then I said I wanted to keep this road up here, so this will have to become part of the service road, but the service road would basically just be, I think, over here on this side, heading down the mountain slope. So we're just going to raise the elevation here to have the road come down this way, and then it probably just cuts across this way. All the bulldozers having to refuel now. I should probably relocate those. Our service road is... well, it's partially going to be street lamps. Until it gets past this, I guess. I don't know. We'll leave a little section of street lamps. Just so when you travel through this area with a first-person cam, it looks neat. Alright, I have to do some flattening work in this area. We'll get our bulldozers relocated. Probably in the construction office down here. Nah, we'd only have 3 slots there. Then I guess just on this road over here. Okay. It gives us free reign over this area. So I would like to... I guess the road only has to go up to here, which is fine. And the rest can be removed. But yeah, we have to change it just a little bit. Could also move this out more, but the service road will remain the same. Gotta wait for the bulldozers to get back and the excavator, and then we can put this in place the way we want it to. This should be good enough, I think. Might have to move this over to the left by 1, but we'll see. Stop it with the traffic jam warnings of our logging trucks, it's getting annoying. Our party HQ has been built. I'm going to restrict that to 10 workers. And that will take care of the university education in the area, so we don't have to worry about it anymore, hopefully. I still could build a secret police, make sure that only the most loyal citizens provide an education, but I think in general we should be fine. This is a town, they can just argue. Right now, not a problem. 16,000 only now for an export load of iron ore. Still very good, but could be more. We're not making any profit on the eastern border. Just a tiny amount. The oil price might have crashed and I might have missed it. Yep, that's very low. 575 rubles. The oil price is dead, basically. So the West will have to substitute the East for now. Got a bulldozer. I guess the fuel station or down here would be better. Gonna unassign this one and bring some fuel to next to our slow machinery. This one doesn't have any fuel anymore. Okay. Either that or I didn't set it to unload and it was set to load. main thing is this one. Let's move the dirt footpath over by 1, which should give us more range. More space to smoothen out the area. I should probably also get this elevated a little bit more before I start smoothing. And then down here we will probably have to make it a little bit shorter, but in general this might be exactly what we need. Just have to get this bump going and then this looks fairly okay. Fairly okay. Gotta get the footpath away from here. And make sure it doesn't flatten towards this area, which I guess is why I needed the footpath. Why are you... Oh, this is better. This is better. At least for the beginning. Let's see. This is a very gentle slope, I guess. Maybe a little bit too gentle. This will work, and this will definitely have to be shorter. It's too much. Too long. Yeah, that's fine. And then over here we can hook up the road coming from this side, which will take care of our workers to the mining area. Into this. And then make sure it looks okay. That's too steep. Just a little bit too steep. That looks better. And then I guess there will be a road going here too. So I want this also to be such a smooth corner, so we're just going to remove this and redo the whole thing over here. And probably remove this one again and get this one placed first. With this one hooking in here. Actually, let's place it closer, that way it will look more appropriate. Let's remove this. This is already a corner, so that won't work. Go down. Oh, this is right. I guess we'll do that. Yeah, that'll look fine. And then down here, our service road. I don't know if it's gonna hook up into the roundabout. I do want to have potentially a tunnel going through this mountain towards Kolata. I'm gonna need another large tunnel here. Once we have a lot of people living in Hellas, I think it's gonna be less of an issue, but yeah, I mean this area is undefined right now. Loyalty and happiness we can't really change right now, so if a significant issue sneaks in somewhere in this area, then we're gonna have a problem. Also, we're spending a lot of money right now on the US border. I think we're gonna probably have to take out another loan. As long as it's in rubles, it's fine. US currency, I would like to avoid it. And at some point we can also export the electronics that we have stored up. Don't need to keep them around infinitely. Service road. No footpaths necessary into the service road, it's only for traffic really. Pedestrian underpass being built, sure. Got some fuel here now. I think we can make another delivery. We can carry 17 tons, I think. Should probably have the fuel truck in this area, so it's easier to click rather than have to scroll all the way up here instead. So there, yes. So the last stop will be this depot. I mean, the area is coming along nicely. It might not look at it as it, because we're basically just building roads and footpaths right now. But the buildings will be quite quick to build when everything has already been set up. So I think this is probably the right way to do this. One substation here for the area will cover most of it, if not all. And then the electricity will be up here at the back of a park area. So we will have a transformer and a switch. Potentially multiple transformers. So we gotta keep that in mind. And this will need access to a fire station for sure. I'm gonna go with the fact that probably 2 transformers at the very least up here. Now we're just gonna make it a little bit simpler. This will also make it easier to expand in the future if we have to. It's not just gonna be gravel, I don't think. Not for planning. Gravel is quite distinct. And I think 5 megawatt cables are going to be enough. This is not, at least this one. The old town is not going to be high density, so I don't think there's going to be a need for very much electricity in the area. Plus it's no industry, so I think this will be fine. And yeah, I think asphalt roads are going to be okay. Make sure fire trucks can get here quite quickly if they need to. They're gonna come from over here, just around this corner. Should be nice and quick if they have to get active. That would provide electricity, and then I can try and get fancy with the wires a little bit. As long as I can get underneath the heating pipes, I guess. This should give us a lot of connections for the town. But yeah. Okay, research program finished. Haven't seen that one in a while. Logistics optimization. Did not unlock anything. So we are going to get our container standards now. I guess we'll let the amount of students in the Hall of Residence recover a little bit. It's a little bit high. Hello Vesrelix, welcome. Hope you're having a good weekend. So yeah, I think another electric substation over on this side is probably the right choice. Just for the heat pumping station, to make sure it does have electricity. A little bit extra coverage. Is this lined up correctly? I think it is. Yeah, it should be. This doesn't feel right, but this looks proper with the road. I can't tell. This is right. Alright. More underground wires. We're going to use the same wire location for these. Gotta use snapping. I guess we're gonna go through here first, and then come around this way. Okay, these wires are a little bit awkward. Let's redo them. So, I don't have to use a short route here. Oh, we have to get more rubles. I don't have to use a short route. I could just go straight over and then go down, which I guess is what I'm going to do. So we're not going to use grid snapping at all. I'm just going to go through here. And then for all the extra wires we could use grid snapping, I guess. Not grid snapping, line snapping. Footpath tunnel. As you do. I think not. There we go. That'll be all wires. We can hook up everything to this and place it all the way across here. I guess. Let me do something to make it easier in the future. I'm just gonna grid snap to this and use this as the first wire. Meaning each subsequent wire can just follow the grid in this area, if it has to. Okay. Doesn't follow any other infrastructure, but it's fine. From the switch over here, we're gonna have to get down here, probably another switch, just to be prepared to put down more transformers. And then we need another switch in this area with another transformer to provide electricity to these facilities, to these buildings. Could just have, well, the substation can be anywhere, as long as it covers everything. And the switch and transformer can be, I guess, here on the intersection. We have a lot of room in this area. Give us enough room to move out with the switch in any direction that we want to. Provide electricity towards there, or more likely this area, which it can. And then have another transformer planned. And the fire station will make sure the transformer does not burn down. Okay. Our heating pipes are exactly in that way. So we will have to relocate that a little bit. Let's build the road first before I start adding stuff to it. We still have a way to go, and there's enough construction tasks already. I guess I can put the switch and transformer in place on this end. Flatten the terrain the way I want it to. Fire station up here goes down probably towards this area. We have our switch here, so it will be about the same height. And then the transformer will be also very similar. Most likely 2 transformers will happen here as well. Just to give us the potential for having many connections that we could need. Maybe we could put this at an angle. Will have to be asphalt. And let's make it a little bit more curved. There we go. Then the switch probably fits here, no problem. Yes, but then we don't have a connection. So I guess switch on that side maybe. This is all going to be elevated. Switch over here. And down here, I think 5 megawatt is still probably going to be enough, but I don't know about the distribution. There could be areas where slightly more electricity is going through, so then I'm going to use 7 megawatt wires just to have the option. At most, with our underground wires, each transformer only uses 9 megawatts, so could also go for the largest wire, but we definitely don't have that much electricity consumption in the area. Any new advancements in line technology? Not really. I'm going for containers to maybe make a development improvement in that regard, but I do have to test that. I don't have it set up or tested before, so it will be a new thing that we will need to experiment with. I also need some more rubles. Hopefully we'll get there in time. Okay, and over here I think 5 megawatts is gonna be enough. And then I think the connection from transformer to transformer, I was going to say we could use above ground wires, and I still think that is possible. Just need to leave room here. So yeah, we can have above ground wires. I need to make sure we are actually placing enough pillars so it doesn't look silly like this. Yes, this probably saves a little bit of steel, but I find it quite odd looking. So this would probably be a pillar. Let's remove the footpath. Try again. Okay, electricity through the town with above ground wires, because why not? And then an above ground wire going up here on the hill to this one. And that should be the least of our problems. Will cost a bunch of steel. If we used underground wires, it wouldn't be as expensive, but this is here for the looks. One transformer for now, as soon as we decide that we want it. We're out of money on the US side, which is really bad, so let's take out a loan. Looks like the aluminium was maybe not the right choice. Also, we're building lots of heating pipes already, which will be quite costly in their own right. 81 tons of steel, probably 40,000 US dollars when we get to it. Okay, at least we didn't have to do anything with the ruble loan. And the US-based loan we can probably pay back once we have another delivery of iron. Finish up. We'll have to have a gas station over here, I think. Or one in the town center area on the loop. But I think we'll have 2 gas stations, one going left, one going right on the main road. I think this will work out. This counts as traffic jam for some reason. Could repay it now. We'll wait until 150,000 US dollars just to have a little bit of a safety net. With the construction of heating pipes, there could be a sudden burst of expenses. And I don't want to have to take out another loan. We can just keep the loan around and it'll be fine. We can also build these factory connections. So yeah, I think we'll have the Hall of Residences maybe in this area. They might get their own shopping center. I wanted this to be a somewhat high density urban area, so there will be some high rises too. All yet to be determined. First, we need our old town set up, and then actually get some people moving into this area before we can decide on what the newer town area will look like. Then over here, the old town might loop around, so we have like a diagonal section. And then a diagonal here. This will definitely stay as a potential for a bridge. I don't know how high it would need to be. I think 2 spaces, like 8 meters, should be enough to get a bridge in. And then we can develop over on this side. This is the plan. So we just have a little bit of a service area, loop around here, maybe another access road going towards the main road, or just a general service road hooking up into this area. So we go all the way over here to leave the construction vehicles on their own road, and then we can forbid industrial traffic on the main road, which doesn't really make sense for us because we don't have that much traffic, I imagine. But who knows, this could potentially turn into a somewhat larger road. And then this area doesn't really make much sense right now, now that I look at it. I think we have to tear down these roads and turn this into a bridge and then have a service road for the fire station and the heating plant here. And then the main road cuts across, and then this is all very hilly still. I guess the main road should turn off here, so we don't have the 2-lane road planned out completely yet. But I think in general, it probably has to go left and right here. Although this side we have already planned out as being industrial, so probably turn this way and then have a bridge go here. So we have a T-junction here, and then we have another T-junction here. And then this is just for industrial access, which is still up in the air on how to connect it. There's not that much supposed to go this way, but still, I think probably something like this for now. And then yeah, the other area in this road section will be another junction over here where we can cut across the other side and then maybe develop this a little bit further. So this could turn into a problem at some point, but as I said, I don't expect that much traffic in here. At the beginning it will be some vehicles importing coal to the storage, and in the future a train will deal with that anyway. Only have to build this road right now. The other road is not necessary for the time being. The main problem on this side is the vehicles coming back trying to get to this lane, so it's a left-hand turn. But yeah, I think the traffic will be quite low and it should not matter that much. Planning for a 2-lane road at the beginning though will give us a very high capacity in the area for road traffic, if we have it. And therefore we should have fewer issues. I want to get the containers, I want to start experimenting with them. So let's start the research. Up to 17 students still waiting to get an education. We have quite low amounts of staff here. Our fire station still has not been built yet either. The road has though, so it is progressing very slowly. Not all buildings can reach this. But yeah, at least our repair station is... well, it should be working again. I wonder if these ones are causing issues now, because sometimes we don't... sometimes the vehicles... wait, are you getting repaired? En route to repair station. Are you bugging out because you're... Is there a repair truck in here right now and trying to repair? Or do you think you can get repairs? This is very strange. So it says it's driving to the repair station, but it clearly isn't. I wonder if that's because it... yeah, I think this is a bug. I think these vehicles are maybe slightly bugged. Let me select it. These vehicles should wait inside their own logging camp, not try and drive to the repair station. The building also is receiving maintenance right now. And there's a repair vehicle trying to repair them desperately. Or they just keep standing around outside. I think it's this repair station, this logging camp in general. Now they're driving back home, right? One of them at least is. Are you getting repairs? 24%. Oh, the other one's driving now too. You are not. What's your situation? 24% where? Maybe they are getting repairs even if they're out in the field. Maybe this is not a bug. It causing traffic jam warnings, however, feels very much so. $134,000. Let's just wait with the loan repayment. But yeah, in regards to researching containers, I had an idea. What if our first settlement after the customs, in this case Korazna, basically takes care of the distribution of containers for imports? So we are loading like materials from the border that we need in our nation and that we are not producing ourselves yet, and loading them in containers. And then we try and distribute the containers instead of the materials themselves, which would give us a lot more capacity on trucks and or trains. And then on the unloading side we would need an unloading station. And the unloading station is where I am like wondering if it works the way I think it does. So I basically need an unloading station with some workers and then test the internal storage. Because I'm going to restrict like food to 5% and the rest to 95%, and then tell it to unload. And then just send a bunch of food containers in it and see if it actually stops unloading at 5%. And then send another container that has different materials and see if it unloads them. So if the container unloading facility is actually smart enough to handle that. Let's get the containers. And since we have a hall of residents, let's just speed up research as much as possible. Are you getting repairs? Doesn't look like it. These ones can still be repaired. Something is weird with this truck. I think it's because next to a road. Okay, there's our repaired truck. It is not repairing right now. Yeah, the repair station is now covered in logging trucks. I'm gonna recall all of them so they stand inside the building instead. If I can. There's no option for it. Oh, the truck. Oh no, it's still here. I did something with the repairs. Recall all vehicles. Oh, there it is. Call all vehicles home. It doesn't exist here because it's currently under maintenance. That's why we don't have the option. Reconstruction, high priority. Maybe that's also the reason why the logging truck isn't getting repairs. Because the building is in reconstruction and it's not driving home because of that. There could be several factors at work here. And yes, we're going to report it and then have it fixed. Alright, that should be enough money to repay our loan. 50,000 US dollars, 47,000 rubles. At some point we will have to import steel again. And it's going to be expensive. But we will just have to endure. How's our fire station looking? Still under construction, still waiting on asphalt. Okay, building maintenance happening right now. I mean, this is a very obscure bug. When a logging camp undergoes maintenance and a logging truck is outside next to an asphalt road, it might cause traffic jam warnings and it doesn't drive back home. Yeah. Let's see if it fixes itself when the maintenance is done. There we go. Maintenance is done. I mean, it shouldn't say en route to repair station anyway. 2 other logging trucks are working fine. We did call some of them home, but I don't think I did it for this logging camp. So that's not it. There's our repair truck, which also desperately needs its own repairs. You really should get some repairs. I hope you don't need 2 repair stations to fix this. Okay, seems like it's not working, so we're just gonna call the vehicle home. Which will get rid of the traffic jam warning and hopefully get it repaired. As long as the repair is still scheduled. Yes, it is waiting for repair. So only 1 logging truck remaining. And hopefully the other repair truck will get some repairs too. I mean, this will have a lot of people in it. I would like to research prefab panel buildings before I start expanding the new town area. I mean, the town could grow fairly large. But let's not overdo it. New settlements are also going to be useful for extra research points. We also need to get some water here. Deal with the sewage. We still have things to set up. We have electricity, heating, so water and sewage are still missing. I think the old town could get a water tower from where we distribute it. In the park area, somewhere over here, next to the heat exchanger. And we just passively distribute it to the buildings. I don't think we need a high pressure water setup around here. Just need to make sure that the water tower is filled. And since everything's going to be on the same height, we will be fine. Pump it in from this side. Have our water tower right next to our electrical infrastructure, as you do. Hopefully it doesn't leak. I think that would be very dangerous potentially. Let's move it. I know it's not dangerous in game terms, it's just like, what if the water tower breaks and like takes out the electrical infrastructure with it? It's just that it fits here quite nicely. Let's put it over here. Turn it diagonal. So we'll have it at the entrance to our residential area and then distribute the water from here via a bunch of switches. So basically the water is going to come out, distribute, 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 and we will have enough room to hopefully get everything serviced. Can't fit that here. The question is, can we fit that here and connect a footpath somewhere? Too many snapping points in the area. Can't get that set up. What if we try this diagonally? What if we move this like so? No. Still nothing. What if I... Ah, it's over there. That's a little bit too far away. I guess we'll put the water infrastructure here on this side. And since it's distributed passively, I don't mind having a lot of switches to distribute from. I guess no. That's a no. Actually, is this going to be fine? We'll have one water pipe come through here. And I will try and follow the roads a little bit. Sewage infrastructure might follow them a little bit more, but we're going to go through this area and then hook up here. So we'll have to shorten this again and get this hooked up. This will be the passive distribution for Old Town. And then we need the water substations, which I don't need that many. I just like the idea of having more. I think this might be too short. No, it works. It works. That's perfect. Just use a large pipe. And then over here, we're just going to follow the footpath. Like that. Then have another substation. This one could basically go towards this area if more residential buildings show up. Or we could go over here. And then we have tunnels and electric wires in the way. All that good stuff. Follow the road. And then over here, go back underneath the footpath. And that should give us the ability to hook up as much stuff for the Old Town as possible. Just a lot of switches, passive distribution. As soon as the water tower has all the water it needs, the water consumption in this area should not be that high. So we'll just have to hook up a big water pumping station to make sure the water capacity of the large water pipe is fulfilled. That's an output. Leave a little bit of room in case this water pipe over here has to be used for something. But yeah, in general, just hook this up. Then we need a water purification plant and a source of water. This is 120 cubic meters. This is 300. This uses 0.25 tons of chemicals, this uses less than 0.5, and you get more than double out of it, so this has more efficiency. And since we are planning to have a lot of town in this area, we're going to use a large water purification plant. And the water source, I don't know. The water source probably from the mountain, next to the iron mine. Okay, let's build a water purification plant here. Then with a footpath, actually no, the water purification plant should be right next to the pump. And people can walk into this facility. And this will also become the water source for Korazna. Okay, and the water tower has its footpath currently going out this side. I think I'll change that too. Have all the water connections on the same end. So we have to remove this. Or remove this in case it doesn't match. And just flip the footpath connection for the water tower to this side. Input. I don't remember. I thought it was this way. I think so. So this should be fine. So water pumped from the water treatment plant into the water tower, and the water pressure from the water tower will just distribute it among this area. But we can only use we should only plan for half of the capacity of the large water pipe, because the passive water pressure is not as efficient. Container research done. I think I'll build a container station. I want to test it. We can test it with some cheap materials. It'll be fine. We can test it somewhere in this area where we have space and it's flat. We'll also test it next to the eastern border, I guess. I think that'll be fine. So let's build one. Container. Oh no, we need workers, otherwise it's not going to work. We could place it over here. There's no road connection in this area. What if I get a road connection through this? I'll set that up next time. Basically place a container unloading facility, put some different types of containers in it and see if it always picks the correct container to unload, because then it could basically replace our warehouse. We just need a way to load the containers. We could probably use that for our modern town. So we don't have a warehouse, we have a container unloading facility. And that will store containers for clothing, food, electronics, etc. Now the problem with that then is that we can't really designate which container goes where in the storage facilities, because the storage facilities are just dumb. But they don't take up much space and they have a lot of capacity, so we can most likely hook them up somewhat like that. So you have food, clothing, electronics, each in their own storage facility, into a container unloading station, which then would go into a forklift garage. That feels excessive. I think that's probably just going to be the... set up for when a train arrives somewhere and unloads for the surrounding area, like a main train station somewhere around here unloads the containers for the local area to be used, and then the trucks pick it up from here and drive it over to the individual town. Because one container unloading facility can probably deal with not just a large town, but a town with more settlements around it. But that is to be determined. That might also not be correct. US currency is going down. We're using a lot of materials for construction. Heating pipe has all the steel it needs right now. So hopefully the consumption will slow down a little bit. I will build the water wells later. I think they're going to be on this road. We still have to turn this one into gravel. And we can just have water wells up here. There's nothing else planned in this area. Just have them along this road. And slowly add water wells to it as time goes on. Or we could just have it next to the water. If we already have workers in this area, we could just take the reduced water quality, not care about it, and just pump the water straight from underneath the town. Use a few extra chemicals, but that's about it. As long as the workers could walk here, that could also be a setup. Maybe have it over here and then a footpath going over there would resolve that issue. And the water purification plant takes 300 cubic meters, whereas a large water well gives us 250, and so we still need more if we want to run it at maximum capacity at some point. But for the water treatment plant, I'm just going for efficiency for the chemicals. Half a ton of chemicals for 300 is better than quarter of a ton for 120. We're out of US dollars. I don't want to play around with loans, so we're just going to take a loan and let it sit there, do its thing. We're paying 6.7 thousand per month in rubles, and we're almost at that. I mean, if I were able to just repay the whole ruble loan, we would be making a profit if it wasn't for the interest and the repayment. Could just move everything into US dollars. But the interest rate in rubles is quite low, so it's actually better to have the loan in rubles instead. Looks like we'll have to build this town on credit. It's just going to have to happen. There's a lot more construction tasks that still need to finish up before we can actually move in people. Also, we went up to 2,100 citizens. 400 more and we get another research point. Right now we don't have any research points spare, and I should probably write that down. Thankfully, the Steam overlay allows me to do just that. So we have 2 settlements times 1 research, and we have a total of 2 researchers total, 0 researchers spare. And we have 0x 2,500 people times 1 research. So in total we have 2 researchers and 0 researchers still spare. Okay, I will have to keep that updated. If we could come to 2,500 and we drop below it again, I'm not losing that research point, but I'm not regaining another research point if I go over 2,500 again. So it's not back and forth, back and forth. As soon as I hit 2,500 population, I get a research point, and that's it. Did you told something like to do or to Toro? Well, right now the only to do is set up Hellas. Make sure we have 2 residential buildings here that are living happily to run the heating plant. And then centralize the heating from Karasna. I did not say anything with to do or Toro. I said total, I think. Total. 2 researches in total. Yep. That's correct. Money's looking better again, but still. Just keep the loan around, don't mess with paying and repaying, just... It's gonna decrease over time. It's fine. And the building for water can also be paused, but the infrastructure sections we can already build. Same for here, I guess. Pause that one though. Ah, okay. Understood. Lots of dump trucks in the area. Not enough paving vehicles, and the tasks are also a little bit too small. New fire station is up. I don't know if I have assigned anyone to walk directly to the fire station, but it does not matter. This one is basically obsolete. Yeah, we'll queue everything. Cancel the demolition. And just let the local demolition office do its thing. However, the road might be too short for a mechanism. Yeah, that reminds me, I need to stop the road route for students. That one's just using fuel right now. So we'll drop the vehicles in here. And I can use one of the cars and just move it to the demolition office as workers there. That will be good enough. I guess I'm gonna try the container stuff over here. How more expensive is it? 50 tons of steel. That is quite a bit of steel, but I think for testing I should be ready to maybe make that expense. So this is just a testing facility to see if we can use it in the future. This will be torn down again later. I just want to get a few containers here and see if we can do what we are planning to do. Where's your coffee? I don't know. I don't know. Flats are slowly starting to fill up again, but population in this area seems a little bit slow. Growing back to its previous size. I mean, the road network looks pretty good. We will have a little bit of space left for a green area here. I also still need to hook up our heat pumping station to a road. We will connect that later, because otherwise they would... Actually no, this is for the future, this is for our town over there. I guess we could build this now. As long as I'm not interfering with the water infrastructure, we'll be fine. Okay. And yeah, water well, I don't know. Maybe 3 free water wells that don't require workers on the hill. We'll reduce the chemical consumption a little bit because it doesn't need as much water purification. Now the US dollar is going up again. Bridge construction. This bridge is a little bit silly. But I didn't want to raise the terrain all the way. I'm going to postulate that this has been designed this way to allow water drainage underneath the bridge, and also the wildlife to go underneath until we plaster everything with residential buildings. Okay, over here, let's flatten the terrain. So we're gonna have a diagonal raised elevated platform all the way up to the road. And then I should check if the bridge actually can be built, but we can do that later. I want to leave some room at the road? Probably. I still have gas stations planned, but they're gonna be here, I think. So we need our footpath about here. Yeah. Footpath in place, sharp corner. Back with coffee. Enjoy. I'm gonna take a break soon, because I think this is gonna be a 2-stream day today. But I do need to get some food. And take an hour or 2 hours of a break before I'm back later today. This is getting much closer to the footpath than up here. Yeah, I don't like that. Do not like. This is a very artificial city. Lots of flattened ground. Usually I don't build that way, but we're gonna see what it looks like. I usually just stick with the terrain the way it is. And then build on top of it and flatten a little bit. But right now I've used a lot of flattened terrain. Still losing a lot of rubles. Berlin everywhere is flat. That's true. Well, planned economy makes planned cities, I guess. And then we need the same elevation on this side. So I'm just gonna grab the elevation tool, height from center, make it as small as possible, click, move over, and then widen. So we have the same height on this area now. And then maybe there's a little bit of stuff down here that got modified, but it shouldn't be too much. And then a bridge. Can it happen? Slightly too low by a little bit. So if we want a bridge, we need to raise it just a smidge, just a little bit, and then we could have a bridge go across. Berlin, we only have one mountain. I don't remember the corner. I think it was that way. It's a little bit too short. One more square that way. And then over here. Just connect into this. And then we have a little bit of a gap, which should allow us to build a bridge pillar without problem. I believe. In the middle. Yeah, then we can have a pillar in the middle. Which will make it look better, I think. It's even outside of Berlin. So it's not in Berlin, so you don't have a mountain in Berlin. Well then... Okay, never mind. It's our mountain. If you say so. I wouldn't call it a mountain, but if you say so. Need to pause this road again. And yeah, we can have a bridge over here at some point. This should allow us to get close to the road without causing issues if we remove the other one. I really need more bulldozers though, this is getting a little bit irritating. Do we have better bulldozers by this time? Well, we have this one, 36, which sounds good. This one has... How much bulldozing capacity do you have? 22. 28. We're going to go get better bulldozers. Especially since they cost us US currency. We need our scrapyard. But for now we're gonna test the container unloading facility before I spend more money on different things. The small heat exchanger does not need to be finished right now. We will leave that in. We will leave that paused. Same for this heat pumping station. Let's see. It ends over here. Just gonna go through this. And at the mountain, this is too steep. Oh, we have to end over here first. We have to follow the terrain a little bit. Go here. Then here. Then it should work. think this is fine. Small heating pipe. And then at some point we also need to replace this heating pipe with this connection. But we can only do that during summer, and we can only do that if we have our heating plant in place. These road connections I think will stay gravel. So we'll have to get them upgraded. Pause. Gravel. Combine. And for the modern town area, I won't have passive distribution with a water tower. I'm just having a water pump set up with the remaining 2 pipe connections. So with this one, each large water pipe can have 127 cubic meters of water pressure. So I'm thinking like 60 cubic meters for the old town with half the capacity of a large water pipe. That leaves us with 2 more water pipe connections at 120 cubic meters, because the water treatment plant can do 300 cubic meters. Minus 60 is 240 divided by 2. So we basically have 2 large water pipes with 120 cubic meters of water each left. And this has 2 more connections that it can use. So we have 1 water pipe this way and 1 water pipe this way that we can use to supply the town down here with at most 240 cubic meters, which I think will work. And this will all go through water pumps and generate lots of water pressure, so we actually get a full use out of the water pipes. And we have to manage the water flow at the first water pumps. See if they get close to 120 cubic meters, at which point we will have to be proactive and probably get another water purification set up somewhere to assist the town if it becomes too much. I would like to test this. What's your search radius? A kilometer? That's not enough. 3 kilometers, please. 2 excavators, 2 road cranes not busy right now. All the road paving vehicles are. We might have to get that small scrapyard in Kolata, just to have one where vehicles can be stored and scrapped. I don't know about the resources inside though. How many parking spaces do you have? 3. We could just scrap it into mixed waste and not care about recycling. I guess no, we're just gonna scrap it into the components. Steel would be one resource, mechanical and electronic components would be another truck, and then scrap metal. So we would have 3 trucks. But that would lead to the problem that if there's crime in the area, then no vehicle could move into it, probably. What about the large scrapyard? 5 vehicle slots. That's better. I mean, if we build a large scrapyard here and have people walk down to it, we could have some larger houses in this area, make sure this always is staffed, and then in the future hook up our rail line to this area. Maybe Kolata will get the scrapyard. I'm still undecided. Right now I'm mostly concerned with testing the containers. Please increase priority and finish the construction of this. Even though it will take a lot of steel, I would like to test this. And we'll try it out with, I think, food, not food, crops and something else. Something cheap. We could try it out with crops and some of our own clothes. Actually no, we don't have a container loading facility to put clothing into some containers. So we'll just try crops and any other material that we import right now. Set them both to 5%, unload one first, put like 10 containers of crops in there, see if it stops unloading at the right time, and then put a different type of containers in there additionally. And see if they unload to this correct setting too. So yeah, this town is going to take a while, but I think it's going to be relatively future-proof. We will have a lot of space for it. And I guess we can see if all the services we have planned for it are going to be enough. Right, I wanted to get better bulldozers. These are fully occupied. I still have 2 of them, I think, in Kolata. Two road depots, 1 bulldozer, and a demolition office. Let's get this one relocated again. It's almost time to scrap these and replace them with better vehicles, but we might as well get some use out of them still. I guess I can set up the scrapyard and set a replacement vehicle to be prepared to replace them with the correct ones that I would like to have in the future. Maybe we can wait for the really large bulldozer instead. Got our demolition office here. I guess that can stay around for now. Don't really have any use for it, but it isn't hurting anyone. So we have 1 road depot over there. We have 2 over here, which is 3. We have 2 over here, which is 5. That means we have 2 more somewhere else. 1 next to the rail construction office for the route that brings workers to the area is 6. And then a 7th one somewhere. Probably up here. No. Instead of looking for things that way, let's just go to road depot. So we have the 2 here. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I miscounted. No, we have 6. 1 over here is 6. Where's the 7th one? Or do I have a 7th one available to be placed right now? Yes, I do. Okay. That explains it. We could use these as replacement. Only 18,000. Good bulldozing speed. They also look pretty neat. Would like to repay the loan first though. Let's repay all of it. Let's wait with the bulldozers. We can flatten that area later. There's no bridge planned yet, but I want to set it up so that the infrastructure is set up and then we can develop the housing area around it. I think the area over there is also going to be housing with more shopping centers and the like. And the university area is probably going to be just the university with some additional buildings around it. The Newtown area, I don't know, there's not going to be that much stuff around it, I guess. But then again, the bus stop wouldn't make sense if it weren't. I guess housing over here with a bus stop for people who can't find work locally. Also, this is also residential. I think the university area is going to be this, with some hall of residences. And we'll see. The concept for the town is still up in the air. Are we going to get some asphalt here? Dump truck, asphalt, unfinished footpath. Right, these dump trucks are all waiting to receive some workers, so we will have to increase the priority for them. Because all the vehicles are in different areas right now, so nothing is happening. Even these dump trucks on the road construction road construction office are waiting for workers. That should free up the dump trucks again. Alternatively, I get some more road construction equipment. Some more pavers. Get 3 more pavers. Speed things up. We can split them up into 3 construction offices and move them along our area in the future. This will be a maintenance construction office at some point. But right now we need road construction to be done, and I don't want to set up the 3 construction offices when I already have one proper one in place. No repairs possible because the vehicles aren't home. Happiness down to 78%. Crime is affecting our health. We only had 1 escape. Police over here is doing fine. Courthouse is too full. Let's send as many workers as they want to this area to deal with things. And then we need to hook up our new footpath to the heating plant so that the workers can get to the heating plant with much fewer issues. "14 cases and statute of limitation" is not good. But yeah, a full complement of workers will definitely get everything resolved in no time. And then let's check the criminality over here. Our police station was only running at half capacity, still seems to be fine. Investigations are maybe a little bit slower than anticipated, but I don't want to spend double workforce to deal with things, so some cases might not get investigated correctly. But that's the price. And we're fine with that. Anyway, I think I'm going to take my break now. I will be back later today, probably in 1, 2 or 3 hours. I think 2 hours is probably about the time when I will be back. 8 PM my time. 2 hours, 20 minutes. Maybe earlier, I don't know yet. So yeah. I wish you all a good Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, wherever you are. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you very much for watching. Let's see if anyone else is streaming that I can rate you to if you want to stick around watching more workers and resources. I do not see an English streamer, I only see a bunch of German streamers, so we will rate Steffen, who is streaming right now. He's streaming in German, but he will welcome you in English. If you don't mind that, stick around. If not, have a good day, take care, and as always, maybe I'll see you next time.